All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wawakakwadash. Double honors to elder apostles, a great millstone and rule well. Peace, love, and blessings also to you sincere laborers out there on the highways and byways. All right, and hedges, making bodies a living sacrifice. And also blessings, all right, to you few sisters out there listening and learning. I'm that fellow servant Kanakla coming at you once again with another lesson, Lord's will, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This lesson is edifying. All right, and oh wow, my phone just froze up. I can't go up and down this article. Give me a sec. Oh, so the link basically just froze. Look at that. Wow, phone basically just froze now. Look at that. Wow. All right, probably have to start this lesson over. Well, you see how Satan works, man. You know, I can't look. I'm touching this screen right now, and I can't move it. Let's go back. See, yeah, I can't even click on this link now. I'm trying to click back on this article. I can't even do it. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna have to close out and come back in. Man, it sucks. Wow. This is never done this before. It ain't do this all day until I got ready to do a lesson. It's all good though. Just close it out. See, I can't even close them out now. Wow. What does it have to do with the screen recorder? Or... Nah. All right, there we go. Okay, now it's back moving. All right, let's see this one. All right, see, there we go. Okay. Wow. Hey man, we fighting a spiritual war. Let's get that real quick before we start off with these prophecies. Brought this out in the last lesson. All right, so just to show you right there, my phone ain't done that all day. But as soon as I got ready to do this lesson, you know, do some work for the Lord, put on for the Lord, man. You know, that happens. So let's get this real quick when we get right into the prophecies. It's Ephesians 6 verse 10. It says, "Finally, my brethren," and all right, and you few sisters as well. It says, "Be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might." All right, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So what we wrestle not against things that we see. All right, and when you see, even another example, somebody that's acting a certain way towards you. All right, it's not them, it's the spirits of the demons that's on them. All right, but we wrestle not against flesh and blood, and then against principalities, spirits, all right, demons, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So this is spiritual war, man. All right, as you can see. But anyways, let's go back to Revelation 13. All right, because we're going to get into some prophecies. So this is here's article. It says Trump and Biden are the same. U.S. policy toward Iran won't change, and that's right because it's biblical prophecy. All right, this was on the plans already. They're going to go to war with Iran. General Soleimani's daughter tells RT in emotional interview. So, if you don't know who General Soleimani is, that was the general that was killed on the 1st of January, year 2020. Okay, this is daughter tells RT in emotional interview. The impending takeover of the White House by President-elect Joe Biden, which is a so-called Democrat, right? It says the departure of Donald Trump is unlikely to bring change in U.S. policy towards Tehran. So this whole charades or shit show, if you will, about Democrats and Republicans, Donald Trump and Joe Biden. All right, so what his daughter is saying, it won't change. The policy towards Iran won't change. They both are the same. Okay, and that's true. We're gonna get it in the scriptures. It says the daughter of assassinated Iranian General Soleimani told RT, "There is no difference between Biden and Trump, they are the same guy. They are following the same policy. All right, so here it is. A foreigner can recognize this and not see why Elder Malcolm be pretty much piping so hard that Americans are the stupidest people there are. So here it is. A foreigner outside of the U.S. is able to see that, these two political parties are pretty much the same. All right, why? Because they after the same policies. That's the key. And always look at these presidents, right? They all come in saying the same thing. They're gonna bring the troops home. All right, anti-war. But what happened? We always end up in a war, or the troops end up staying in certain areas. Nothing ever changes, man. It's always war, 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 and that's the policy. The U.S. policy is war, man. All right, because war generates money. All right, because they're able to sell military weapons. They're able to pretty much invade a country and take over their resources. All right, so war is beneficial. All right, and it keeps the population down. And everything that the so-called white man is for: death and destruction. All right. It says, there is no difference between them. Trump ordered the killing of my father, but Biden supported that. So there's no difference. All right. So I'm not going to read this whole article. Let's play this little video, but you got the point.
There is no difference between Biden and Trump. They are the same guy, and they are following the same policy. There is no difference between them. Trump ordered killing my father, but Biden support that. So there is no difference. They have the same thought, and they are following the same way, and they are the same person. I mean, Biden was agree with Obama when they made ISIS. What's the difference between Trump and Biden? What will change? They are the same people. We're the same mind. There is no difference for us. I mean, Joe Biden cannot return my father. He can. He can't return it. So there is the problem we have with America is with their policy. This will not change.
With their policy, all right? Let me get that scripture real quick. And that's what it's all about. One sec. Through the policy. This is Daniel's. All right, so as you can see here, we're gonna get straight to the point, but Daniel's 8, all right, that rough goat is the king of Grecia. All right, so these Greeks, all right, and Edomites, man, and these same Edomites, the same power structure, which was the next kingdom to rule after that was the Romans, and in America, all right, is the pretty much the Roman Empire reincarnated. So it's these Edomites, man, through all these different rulerships, okay, and we're gonna show you that America is the Roman Empire reincarnated too. All right, but this is pretty much talking about the Greeks, which is these so-called white people, right? These Edomites. So let's get right to the point here. It says Daniel 8 verse 24, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper in practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. Okay, and verse 25, and through his policy he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. All right, and the main person to do that was Antiochus or Antiochus Epiphanes. All right, the fourth, I believe. Okay, destroy, and he shall destroy the mighty and holy people. All right, and Antiochus or Antiochus was a Greek. Okay, it says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. All right, you see that policy, and that's what the so-called white man does. All right, that's that venom. All right, that's that philosophy. That's that democracy, that wine, man. All right, that their policies, their rules, their democracy. It says through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Because ultimately the Lord, that's what he's coming back to do. He's coming out to take out these Edomites, these so-called white people that's been ruling the nations in anger, okay? That's been doing nothing but taking peace from the earth, as said the scriptures. Lord is coming to take them out. All right, they've been ever since Alexander, man. All right, Alexander, he took over the whole known world. He's pretty much considered arguably one of the greatest conquerors, all right, to ever live. All right, certain Edomite historians would argue Alexander or Julius Caesar or one or the other, but he gonna come up against the Lord, and the Lord is gonna be the one to take the so-called white man out of power, the prince of princes, all right, but he shall be broken without hand. Okay, so as you can see through his policy, that's how the so-called white man, all right, he gets things done through certain policies. Or we need stabilization in the Middle East, or they create certain terrorist groups like ISIS, and so on and so forth. Or there's weapons of mass destruction. We need to go over there. All right, destroy people with peace. Talking about he's bringing forth peace to stabilize the region. Or we need military presence there to keep the peace there. So on and so forth. But the point was through his policy, man. Okay, so let's go back to this, and we can finish out.
They are the same people, the same mind, the same way. And each one of them is worse than the other one.
Okay, so here it is. These foreigners can see that, but here it is, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, y'all are voting this man in, Biden. But here it is, somebody outside of your country can see this. All right, but you've been here in America so long that you don't know your left from your right, right? When it comes to these devils, and that's what they call it, left wing, right wing. Man, it's all the same. All right, so let's get it in the scriptures real quick. This is Revelation 13. Okay, we're gonna start at 12. Revelation 13 and 12. No, we're gonna start at 11. Revelation 13:11 says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon." So that's talking about America, and those two horns like a lamb, okay, that would represent Democrat and Republican. But if it's a part of the beast. Here it is. The two horns are connected to the beast, regardless of whether it's a left horn or a right horn. How they have left wing or right wing, regardless of whether it's Democrat or Republic. You gotta understand the policy is U.S. policy is U.S. policy, whether it's Democrats or Republicans, man. All right. See, everything is in the scriptures, and how verse 12, how we know that this is the Roman Empire reincarnated, if you will. Revelation 13:12, it says, "And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him." What? The Roman Empire. All right. Because why? The Roman Empire had the Flavians. All right, and matter of fact, let's get it real quick. All right, it says Revelation 13. All right, he exercised the power of the first beast, verse 12. Okay, and we're gonna focus on these two, 11 and 12. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb." All right, that's Democrat and Republic, connected to the same connected to the same power. All right. It says, "And he spake as a dragon," and that's talking about those draconian laws, man. Spake as a dragon. It says, "And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him." All right, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed, because the Roman Empire fell. All right, but during the time of the Renaissance, these white people were revived, so to say. These so-called white people, these Edomites, were revived. All right, so how did he exercise the power of the first beast? Here it is, plebeians and patricians. That's your modern day Democrats and Republicans. So it goes to show you that there's nothing new underneath the sun. All right, America is Rome reincarnated. It says, "Who were the patricians and the plebeians?" Roman citizens were divided up into two distinct classes. The plebeians and the patricians. Patricians were the wealthy, upper class people that would be considered what? The Republicans today. Everyone else was considered a plebeian. Right? The patricians were the ruling class of the early Roman Empire. Right? So the patricians would be the Republicans, and the plebeians would be the Democrats. Okay, so that's it on that. So let's continue to read on. Revelation 13 and he go and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And what that was talking about, all right, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, all right, when they dropped those bombs on those two cities, causes fire to come from the heavens. Those are great wonders because nobody had ever done that. So that was a great wonder. Okay, but America, they did that. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. All right, his technology, all right, his through his medical system, all right, his TVs and so on and so forth, his miracles, his technology. Like Elder Yahshua would like to say about the Apple, okay, the forbidden fruit on the Apple computers and phones and shit. All right, she's showing you right now. It's that forbidden fruit, that wisdom. All right, symbolizing that it wasn't an actual fruit, but it was wisdom, man. All right, and those miracles, deceiving people. Because what happened to Eve? She was deceived, and then through her, Adam was deceived. All right, through this same dragon, right, this same serpent, man, that was back there in the garden. This is him, the so-called white man, the devil, man, deception. All right, here it is. He got you people all fooled into thinking that you got the power to vote left and right wing Democrat Republicans. Man, this is the same man. This is that man of sin. He's just being revealed. We now know, all right, who he is. Now we able to open up these seals and recognize who this man of sin is. This man of deception. All right, everybody is waking up to who he is, except majority of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. You still trust this man. All right, it says he deceived them that dwell upon the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. All right, the beast is the EU and NATO. All right, America, all right, is the forerunner, okay, of this whole beast system. It says, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make the image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. All right, America, the Roman Empire was wounded, but it was revived. The Renaissance, in America came out of Great Britain. Okay, this is that same system revived and did live. This is it. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause it that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he called it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, and this is ultimately you going to be one with the beast when you receive that RFID chip. All right, the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, because that's why you think this whole world is being pretty much is passing away. All right, due to this whole C19. All right, this vaccination, this whole pandemic. All right, because why? The NWO, the New World Order. All right, so you got to be in order to be a part of this new system, this beast system. You're gonna have to take that chip. You're gonna have to be vaccinated. You're gonna have to, do all those things, man, to be a part of this new system. Total control, the New World Order, lockdown. All right, and they trying to move in on Iran. Okay, because if they get control of Iran, they'll control the Middle East. All right, they'll have full control over the Middle East if they get control of Iran. All right, because Iran is like pretty much like the superhero or the big dog of all those Arab nations, man. Well, Iran isn't Arab, but in the Middle East, because Iran those are the Persians, but Iran is like the big dog in the Middle East, man. So if they can get rid of Iran, control Iran, man, they can control. All right, they can have control over a lot of resources, from oil to where it is the Strait of, no, not Salat. Yeah, I think it's a Strait of Hormuz, if I'm not mistaken, where a lot of pretty much global trade and stuff go through. I believe it's the Strait of Hormuz. Let me see. Let me fact check that real quick. All right. So much stuff to remember, man. You literally have to know a lot of stuff, man. Yeah. Yeah, so this here we go. Yep, Strait of Hormuz. All right, a lot of trade and stuff go through it. So if they get control of Iran, all right, they can control this whole Persian Gulf, man. Okay, that's why Iran is so important. Then plus Russia and China, all right, invested lots into Iran, especially Russia. Russia is really, you know, dealing with Iran, man. So they can topple Iran, they'll be in control. But it's not gonna happen because that's how this third world war is gonna kick off. All right, Russia's gonna get involved. All right, these so-called Israelis, these 1948ers, these false Jews. Okay, they're trying to kick up this war with Iran. All right, so that's pretty much it on that. I don't want to focus too much on that, but the point is, back in Revelation 13-16, and he called all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 threescore and six. 666. All right. And how we can tell that this whole pandemic, all right, is a part of this new world order agenda. All right, it's the usher in, it's the forerunner. Look on how many feet they say they want to support. 6 6 it's enchantments. 666 all over, 6 feet apart. 6 feet apart everywhere. All these sixes everywhere, man. All right. This whole Crown Royal, all right, this whole Crown Victoria, whatever you want to call it, using these code names, C19, it's the usher in this new world order, this beast system, man, to fully lock down and get full control, man. All right, all the policies are in place. They're putting all the policies in place right now, through the executive orders, certain legislations. All right, to seize property, to have full control, wiping out all the businesses. All right, that's a part of New Order, to have full control, to enslave everyone, to chip everyone, all right, to rule. Okay, what Elder Gabar stated pretty much when you have everything. There was a quote: "When you have everything, the only thing that incites you is pretty much to have full control and power over men." All right, and that's what the elites desire. All right, so that's pretty much it. There's no difference between Trump and Biden. That's probably why what our title is. All right. So until next time, I'm going to say Shalom Akim.